Welcome, sports bettors from around the world.
Boom! This is video number 2. It's Philly and Jared in the morning, powered by SGDwins.com. My name's Jared. That's Philly over there. And we're going to be talking about Detroit, or not Detroit. What am I talking about? No, not Detroit. Denver. Denver.
Starts with a D.
Yeah. Versus Washington. Man, so this is the second game. There's only 2 games in the NBA today, Philly.
Mm-hmm. That would explain why you put the big 2 up before we started.
That's right. Yes. So we got Denver at home in the Mile High City, and we got Washington, man. This is an intriguing matchup, to be honest with you, and we're going to break that down here in a little bit. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about yesterday, what happened. Premium selections, we went 2-1 in our selections. Butler Bulldogs covered. Actually, they won outright. I think we're getting +1 in that one, and then also the Timberwolves covered that 4.5. Easy cheese. Unfortunately, we dropped that one, man. That your Philadelphia 76ers shit the bed yesterday, and more importantly, Joel Embiid just literally looks depressed.
Yeah, he had bad Canadian bacon over the border or something. It's really kind of it's I don't know if funny is the word, but okay, so obviously they played Toronto last year in the playoffs, and they got knocked out, and everybody remembers the Kawhi shot that bounced around, but Embiid being sick, and he went off and he cried, and all this other shit. So I figured he would come back today, kind of like a revenge game. It's almost like there's a kryptonite there or something for him in Toronto. It's just the last couple of games. If you would have told me though that he wouldn't score a point at all, no buckets in the game, no free throws, he missed all of those. He missed his 3-pointers. He's getting stripped left and right. If you would have told me that was all going to happen and they still would have had a shot to win, they missed about 10 free throws, at 1.5 of them in a row. They didn't score in the last 4 minutes of the game. I've just never seen really anything like it. Really.
Chance to win. Hell, they should have won that game. Josh Richardson came to play. That guy was balling out of control. Also, Al Horford, he came to play too. He had that clutch block there towards the end. But if you don't score in the last 4 minutes, then don't even come to play, man.
Agreed. It was they really didn't deserve to win the way that they finished the game up. I mean, I can totally get your point of, should they have won? Certainly they had a million chances to. Mm-hmm. If Embiid even plays, I don't know, half as shitty as he did, they probably win a quarter of as shitty. Yeah. But it's just the way it goes sometimes. And, they didn't get it done and whatever. I mean, it's a long season. You guys are going to have a dud here and there.
Yeah, you're right. In a couple of days, nobody will even be thinking about that game, really. So, but all in all, I mean, we went 2-1 on our premium selection, so we had another winning day. So, if you want to join the premium selections, let's go to www, so 3 W's, obviously, .sgdwins.com, and come on over there and make that happen. We also have in our private group, man. We were cashing winners left and right. Real quick, I want you to knock them all out for us real quick, and then we get on to this game.
Sure. So for like you said, if you join SGDwins.com and you get the plays, we do have a private group. We do a lot of live betting, but some of the personal plays and plays that we put in there to our members that weren't even on the premium card is we had Marcus All under 8.5 points. I believe he finished with 3. He might have had a 4th, maybe because he missed 2 free throws.
He missed 2 foul shots, yeah.
Right. We had Marcus Smart over 5.5 assists, and the reasoning behind that really, not only was it plus money, but no Kemba Walker. They slide him over to point. He just, he's a nice facilitator. He's a really nice player, and it cashed easily, really.
And he got more minutes too, I think, in that game. So
that's correct.
Made sense.
Yep. Definitely. And then we had under 206 in the Celtics game, which I'm not going to tell you didn't sweaty. It was at 205 with 3 consecutive possessions that nobody scored on. I mean, it was kind of like one of those where you get a lot of bad beats, but sometimes they work out in your favor.
Perfect situation.
It was kind of unbelievable, but at the end of the day, that one cashed. And then we had a no sweat in the Cavaliers game. We had under 219. No Kyrie. No, Kevin Love was scratched at the last moment, which
Yeah.
is more what pressed us to go with it. And then also DeAndre Jordan was out, and that catch rather easily. So they were just some other ones.
Yep. So, I mean, plenty of units being made over here on the team. So, if you're interested, sgdwins.com. Come join that private group, guys. Email me at sportsgambling or email us at sportsgamblingdaily@gmail.com. All right, let's do this thing, Philly. We got the Denver Nuggets versus Washington. We're going to run another contest, guys. So and also make sure you watch the previous video we just uploaded with the Dallas Mavericks versus the Los Angeles Clippers. We are running a contest over there. You guess the exact score, and you get 7 days worth of our premium selections completely free. But we're also going to run another contest. So 2 contests today. Guess the exact score of Denver versus Washington Wizards, and boom, you get another 7 days. And I just flashed the rules on the screen there. So that just abide by those rules, and you're good to go. All right, Philly. We are talking about the Denver Nuggets, man, which, so Washington's one of the best offensive teams in the league. They're coming in here with a 5-9 record, 5-4 against the spread in their last 10, going against a Denver Nuggets team that's one of the best in the West. Very good defensive team, 12-3, 9-1 in their last 10. I mean, dominating team. They beat the Rockets the other day. They're doing what they have to do. Do you see any chance? I mean, the fact that the Wizards are one of the best offensive teams in the league and they're getting 9.5.
Right.
I mean, it feels kind of. I told you before we started, it feels kind of juicy to me.
Sure, I agree. When you first look at it, yes, but I think maybe where it becomes somewhat tricky, in my opinion, is you got a team like you said in Washington, it's second in the league in offense, right? And then you got a team in Denver that's first in the league in defense. So
right.
Washington makes no bones about they want to outscore you. They don't even apologize for not playing defense.
Sure.
Denver on the other side, I mean, they don't just rest their hat on that completely, but that's a big part of what's going on there. So my opinion is, yes, Washington's going to try to outrun them, push the pace, and outscore. I think Denver is going to try to stop that. But I know we were joking around about the altitude that goes on in Denver, but it's true. And if you watch it, I mean, you hear athletes talk about it, it burns in the lungs. And by the end of the fourth quarter, if you're not used to that, you can really start to fatigue. And I want to know how long they can play at that pace.
Right.
If they can play at that pace the entire game, yeah, sure, they could be there. I think 9.5 points is a lot, but I think they're going to get tired out. I think there's going to be too much resistance on Denver's side, and it's a large spread, but I think Denver covers it, man. And I normally would look at Washington plus the points, especially with the way they score. But if they go into Denver and they really do, they get it to the 140s like they've been doing.
Right.
I mean, sure, why not?
Well, I have a little stat that might surprise you. The Wizards have won their last 4 out of 6 meetings. Or I should say they won 4 out of their last 6 meetings versus Denver. I also think I don't know, man. I just think it's too many points. I kind of like Washington, but here's the thing. Obviously, if Washington comes out there and don't hit their shots, it doesn't matter what happens.
Sure.
Jokic, he had an awful game the other day. So he scored a season low 8 points versus Phoenix, but collected 13 rebounds. So he did get the double-double, but or not a double-double. He got his 9th double-digit rebound for the season. But I mean, overall, man, I don't know. I don't know how to not take the Wizards here, getting 9. It opened up at 10.5. It's down to 9.5. I don't think I would go much lower than that. So obviously it's morning time. So if by the time you're watching this video, if it's not 9.5, I wouldn't touch this thing. I think that's where it needs to be.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you're willing to take the other side.
I'm leaning. I mean, early on, I could certainly change my mind as we get into it a little bit further. But I mean, for me, like the way that I can see a path to Washington winning the game is if they're able to slow down Denver, and for example, if Denver shooting and missing, they're not hitting their shots, and then Washington's able to get rebounds and go out and just go, and score and then get and kind of have that kind of thing. If it gets more to a half court game where Washington's not able to run and gun on them or whatever, I think it's just not conducive to them winning. It's going to have to be fast paced, and I don't know how long they can fast pace there.
Right. I mean, you're right. Washington's averaging 117 points. So,
Well, did you? They just played, I believe. I don't think I'm wrong about this. I think they just played the Sacramento Kings because I was the game I was watching, and they played Washington. Whether if you look, that was the lowest scoring game they've had in a while. They didn't even the total didn't go over like it has been.
right.
And it was because they had some resistance. I'm pretty sure it was Sacramento. So I mean, I could just see Denver being that team that can sort of stop them, especially being first in the league in defense. But I mean, anything's possible. I mean, so you're not wrong. 9.5 points is a lot to give an NBA team, and if they're hitting their threes, and if Bradley Beal's having a great game, and if they're able to score, then certainly. I mean, I think it's more conducive to them to winning as if it's a higher scoring game. Let's put, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you make some fair points. So let's look at this over/under real quick. Let me pull it up.
Thought it was 229.
I got 227. Yeah, 227 on the dot. I mean, I think it goes under that total. So I mean, I guess the thing is, if it goes under, I mean, I think Washington's going to lose the game. I just think that they are going to cover. And I know the last time these two teams played was back last March. It was 95-90, I believe. And I do kind of see that kind of game. They do have a different offensive philosophy for Washington, but I think it goes under the total of 227. But, so give me the under and give me Washington to cover.
Oh, yeah, I just found it. So, but I was just, they played Sacramento. They lost 113-106.
Okay.
And that was a case of Sacramento played pretty good D against them, and I mean, 106 for that team. I mean, that's a really low score for them.
Yeah.
So if it's that kind of a game, I mean, and what's weird about it is 113-106 would cover this spread. So I mean, that kind of contradicts what I'm saying, but I don't know. Denver's not Sacramento, and it's,
exactly.
It's hard to say for sure. But you lean Washington.
I lean early morning.
Yeah, Washington, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you? What are you leaning?
Right now, I think I'm leaning Denver. Honestly.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. We're split down the middle. So and that's fine. That's how we do things, and that's kind of how we do. Joe, myself, Big Mon, and Philly, we get together and we talk it out. And, we're not always going to agree on stuff, and we're always going to come down, and eventually what we do is we figure it out until we get the right at least get what we like and put it down on the card for you guys. So, this kind of is a preview of what we kind of do behind the scenes. Now Philly and I, we like to, get into these games early morning. So, it's great for our handicapping because not only are we waking up really early, but we're able to get in here, look at these line movements, be able to talk it out, and then see how these lines go. We can predict. I mean, yesterday, Philly, we saw some things that we had predicted in our video from yesterday, and it came to fruition. So, well, feels good to be seeing it clearly.
And just a little bit of if you like to break down games yourself, I always obviously say, I appreciate everybody that loves the insight that we give, but I always recommend, doing a little bit of homework and just making sure that you understand and agree with why maybe somebody's on one side or the other. But let's just say, we'll use this game as an example. You got Washington getting 9.5, right? Well, we talk about live betting sometimes, right? So maybe Denver gets up early. Maybe Denver gets up, 12-3 really early in the first quarter, and now you're catching Washington plus 14 or something.
Yeah,
or more. And then if you would have said to me, hey, if you told me pregame, hey, I'll give you Washington plus 14.5, I'm going, yeah, I might take that.
Yeah.
So there's times where you can find more value even in game, and if you believe in your pregame handicapping, then it can help you along the way that way. And then another part of it too is I think that this going through these games the way we do actually helps with a lot of the prop bets that we do as well.
Yeah.
And those I will tell you, those lines are nowhere near as sharp as they are with the actual games themselves. You can find screw ups all over the place, guys that are getting scratched last second that affects something really quickly that they can't change, and it's just you can kill them with that. So just another thought too.
A lot of value on props, guys. So that's another reason why you want to get into our private group. Email us at sportsgamblingdaily@gmail.com. All right, Phil, let's get out of here, man. Hope you have a wonderful Tuesday.
Thank you.
And oh, you're welcome, man. You're welcome.
You too, bro.
Guys, hit that like and subscribe button, man. We really appreciate it. We have a lot of new members here, and we appreciate each and every single one of you guys. We love doing it for you guys. Keep your eye out for Joe's video. And Joe's back in L.A., by the way, Philly. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
Got sick of the hot dogs.
And then Big Man, he's out there in, I think, in Florida. And you'll be seeing his video probably right after Joe's video. So, guys, SGD for the win, baby. Let's go.
Thanks for checking us out. And, please leave some comments if you have anything you want us to talk about. We always talk, let us know. We'll give as much information as we possibly can. And good luck with the contest. I hope we can get a winner.
All right, man. Let's talk to you later.
See ya.
Peace.